What's good, y'all? SGG gang, it's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Tigers rebuild video, baby. And today we are back with year 2, ready to get things moving along today, man. And of course, since it's year 2, we went ahead and did opening day, but now we got to go ahead and take a look at the rookie prospects. This will be a rookie spotlight on showing off at least some of the first games for some of our rookies. A lot of them pitchers, some relievers, so we might not get a chance to see them. Who knows? Stick around the video to find out. Leave a like, comment, subscribe though if you guys are enjoying the series, and leave feedback down below. Of course, I'd love to see more feedback on how you guys like how I'm building the team and different things that I'm doing. Speaking of changes though, I went ahead and made a change to my scouts. I actually paid attention this time and went ahead and made a move. We let go of Fred Stevenson and went ahead and picked up a different six-figure salary scout, William Jones. I just like the discovery that he had. I noticed that none of our guys really were good at discovery, and that might be something I look to do a little bit more of this year as I'm learning. I got a full season of scouting under my belt, so I'm gonna try to do things a little bit differently, try to get a wider range of players and not just focusing so much on solo dolo players. So as we get into our first week of scouting, as you can see, we got to go ahead and set up our draft needs this year. And what I feel like we should go for this year, I feel like we picked up a lot of pitchers. Our outfield is looking strong as it is. So I feel like we got to work on our infield. And mainly to me, that is kind of second and third base with a little bit of catcher too as well. Eric Haas is getting older. So I wanted to come into the draft and see what they got. We got a starting pitcher at number 1, Sean Estrada. At number 2, a second baseman, and then Danny right behind him at second base. So that's already good looks. 2 second basemen in the top 10 or top 5, you can even say top 3. But then the rest is kind of filled out with relievers, closers. There's a catcher there at 11. So we will do our best to try to scout a wide range. As you see, I'm trying to look at who's the best to kind of look at first, second base or third base. Second base had a lot of the top prospects here early. Now kind of spread out as you see Ohio, Australia. So in terms of, you also see we have the number 3 pick in the draft this year in 2 seconds. I wanted to make sure we're getting the most bang for our buck for that one. So I'm going to be scouting the top prospects, of course, making sure we're making the right decision with that first one, but also trying to look to get more info on a wider range of infielders. So you see, I'm trying to discover infielders, and I'm trying to look at these second basemen as well. So I'm going to focus in on second base internationally, since that was where the other top prospects were, get more infielders in the West, and as well as go ahead and focus on Sean Estrada there, the number 2 overall projected player on our board and the MLB board, to see if he's worth it. So I think we could definitely go infielder this year. So don't be surprised if it is a second baseman. I would say third base, but they all look pretty booty cheeks. But we're going to go ahead and get into our first minor league action. And this is the only time that we will be down here at AAA as the only rookie to be making his AAA debut AAA debut this season will be Keith Clemens. Almost made the major league roster. He had 265 through the spring. I just did not think that was enough compared to what some of the other guys were hitting. I was a little bit more impressed with Nick Madden and Cesar Hernandez. They both hit over 300, so they got the call to stay up, along with Colton Wong too as well. But maybe a midseason call up if he is able to play well down here, because you know the defense is nice. As you see, the double play turning to fast throw, barely getting them by a step there. I love it. 3.63, and his bat at the plate has been great. And, you know, he's hitting 286, I think, down here. He's played the first 2 or 3 games. I think this is 3 games into their season. He's looked pretty strong. Now here you see an 0-1 count, 2 outs. Runner at first base gets a good slider to drive deep back into right field. Just a little bit more power, and that might be a home run, but instead it will be an RBI double to go ahead and give his team the 2-out, 1-run lead here early in the game. Showing he can be a little bit clutch, hit for extra bases, and 78 speed. I mean, that's got to be enough to at least maybe think about stealing some bases. Not stealing third though, but will not come around to score on this one. I do have major plans for him though here soon. That's why I wasn't afraid to use one of his minor league options. I think he is somebody that could be making the roster here in about a year or 2, as long as he plays good and performs well. Now, is it a mistake to maybe not start him at AA? I don't know. I thought his overall was way too good to be a AA. He's low-key already a major leaguer, much like Doug Granger was for us in the Red Series, but went ahead. We had the position availability to go ahead and let him develop a little bit more. We'll let him be down here at AAA, and if worse comes to worse, maybe he even plays so good that he plays himself into a B potential role here. As you can see, I'm trying to stretch this one over to third base, and they got me. Keith Clemens trying to stretch that one out with the 70 speed. Could not do it, man, and try to stretch that, what could have been a ground out to move over to third to score an easy run. Ends up not panning out, but we do still get the win here as the Mud Hens, man. 2-1 victory, and that clutch RBI double, you could say, might have won us the game on that one. I think I really much so liked how his bat works here. He's got good contact, good plate vision. You see Bo Brissett, 7 innings of strong work here. A great game. You see Torkelson 1 for 4, batting .231 early in this season. So we'll have to keep eyes on that and see if he's progressing. Hopefully he doesn't have to go down to AA, but Brissett, 7 innings, 1 earned run. He had a great start here, so we got to have eyes on him too as well to watch his development and see if maybe he can be making that call up to the show too. Now, from third pick in our draft in the second round, we go to the actual third overall pick of last year's draft, Morris Jones, right fielder. And I decided to not even bring him up to spring training, just to go ahead and start out at AA and start raking. 72 contact is already better than most of the people on the active roster. The vision is pretty high. You can see there a nicely slapped slider into the outfield for a base hit. And with his 92 speed or 81 speed, 92 steal, you already know we're going to be taking off for a couple bags. And that is great to have in the outfield. Now, of course, we have a little bit faster. But as far as his stealing rating going, and I'm not sure what that affects, as it affects his jump or anything like that, but he will be stealing more bases than Akil Badu when he gets up there. I'll tell you that much. As he's able to go ahead and score on this one, moves over to third, and the runner moves up to second base. Great hits there. As that's Workman getting a nice RBI double on that one. Now we're up 4-0 in this game, killing it. And Morris Jones up for a second at bat. Top of the second already, coming back around. 2 outs, 1-0 count. Gets a four-seamer to hit, muscles this one out into the outfield. He was late on it, but just able to slap that down in front of the outfielder. Maybe it pays to not have good power. He's able to go ahead and make that work. And now here we go, another steal attempt here. He's going to slide ahead of the tag. Great stealing there. Great jump. And you see by the stat cast, my boy was moving 19 miles per hour. So major plans for him too as well. I can see him coming up to the show. Hopefully maybe in about 3 to 4 years. We'll see how he develops and how quickly he can work his way through AA. But don't be surprised if he plays good enough to work himself into a AAA call-up by all-star time, maybe even by just September call-ups. Who knows? But this dude is going to be somebody to keep an eye out for, a potential prospect. I think we killed it with that 3 pick, and hopefully we can do it again since we're picking at the exact same spot this year around. And you see the fielding glove was able to show at work there, but we win this one 4-2, and we will be staying at AA for a good minute because most of our rookies are down here at AA. We picked up 3 starting pitchers. One of them, I'm not even sure you can really call a rookie. We didn't draft him, but we did pick him up in free agency, as well as a couple relievers too as well. You see Jace Jung this game, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. He had a great game too as well. Maybe finally showing his promise a little bit more at AA, and maybe he can work his way back into that B potential standing as he lost it last season. But Castro, great start, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts. He's looking amazing in that first start. And let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers here for Leo Franco. B potential, 60 overall. He's got decent hit per 9, and strikeout per 9 is very low, but at least the walk per 9 is high. So we got to be worried about the home runs. Got to be worried that he's not going to get no strikeouts. But at the very least, he's going to have command of his pitches because he's not going to walk nobody. So running four-seam, curveball, splitter, changeup. Very interesting mix here. I haven't had too many pitchers that throw the running four-seamer in actually quite some time. So I'm very interested to see what kind of outing he's able to produce here today for me. As that one gets lifted deep out to the outfield, he's got that low home run per 9, but it's caught. Scared me a little bit, especially with that home run per 9 at the 30s. I know I'm going to be bringing it up a lot, but anytime a hard hit ball went, my heart skipped a beat a little bit. Now 1-0 count here as he gets this one on the ground. Nice grounder to go ahead and throw over to first. So the problem with having a strikeout per 9 in the 30s, pitch to contact type of guy. And when your home run per 9 is low, that is not going to work at the show where you're going to actually face legit power hitters. Now down here in AA, he might be able to work on it enough to raise that rating. So I'll be keeping my eyes on the upgrades and potential of that, as well as getting him in the training that works on the per 9 stuff. So that way it has a chance to go ahead and increase here as he checks his swing. They're going to call him out, though. That's a nice strikeout on the running four-seamer. We come right back 1-2 here to Garcia. 14 pitches deep. He checks his swing, too, but they're going to get him again. 2 back-to-back strikeouts and 2 back-to-back checks. And the pitchers are looking kind of deceiving right now as he checks his swing. They're going to say he didn't go around that time. 3-1 on the running four-seamer that time. Swings right through that one, right down the middle. 93, 94 miles per hour, so not blazing fast. But not even enough rate to go in and convince him on that one. He takes that one high and away. First walk of the game, even though we talked about that walk per 9 being high. But here goes a high fly ball deep in the right field, and it will be gloved. In foul territory, but just enough time. That's Morris Jones. That's too much speed out there. Of course it's going to be caught if it was fair. Now we skip ahead here to the top of the 5th because he started to settle down to that. A very impressive start, was getting his outs, not giving up base runners. But here we're getting close to the time where it's like, all right, where does stamina become a problem for him? We're only the 2nd time around in the order facing the 5-hitter Garcia. Once again, 3-2. Slaps this one down the First base line, that's going to get down up against the wall. Jones is going to get it, play it in. And that'll be an easy leadoff doubles. He threw that one all the way to the second base, too. Almost got him. No cutoff, man. But we got a leadoff runner, no outs. And then they take the next running four-seamer out to center field. That'll get down for a base hit. That'll be an easy RBI single. Now, thankfully, we have a 2-1 lead here. So hopefully Leo doesn't blow this one. But one thing I didn't notice is that I do love my lefties when it comes to pitching. I pitch better with lefties. And I just happen to have 3 new left-handed starters that we can hope can come up and be as good as Tariq Schoolball. At least give another left-handed starter to the rotation, because I think Tariq's the only one. As this gets on the ground, goes over to second for 1 to first. 6-4-3 double play to get us out of the inning. And we're able to go in and cleanly get out of this. Still with the lead, we go to the bottom of the 6th now. 61 pitches deep. Still looking strong here as that strikeout gets him. And we go back to the top of the lineup for our 3rd time throughout the order. It's Adrian, 1-2. Gets froze on the curveball. That was a great break on that one. Good call by the umpire. We love it. And then it's Torres. First pitch that he sees. Cranks this one on the ground. Right over to our 3rd baseman. Nice little work over there. Get it over to first base. Easy 6 innings of work. He's going to come back out actually for a 7th. Facing 3, 4, and 5. As the energy starts to get low. So we'll see how composed he can keep himself here. 75 pitches deep. Against Solomon Davis. Trying to throw everything in the book at him. Let's see if this splitter catches too much of the plate, right where we needed to be. Actually, that was the changeup. Throw goes over to first base. Nice, easy ground ball out there. We got Alvarez 1-1. Gets a running fastball right back to him, and I ain't going to even cap to y'all. I'm going to break the 4th wall. I don't know how I missed it coming right back to me. But, unfortunately, I was not paying attention good enough, I guess. That's an error on him, and they're going to go ahead and pull him out. They said, hey, yo, you just let him get on base. Like, what's going on? You good? You trying to blow the game? Yeah, I can't afford that. They're going to fire me next. Like the Red Sox, man. Who was it? Like the Alabama manager. They about to get me out of here for gambling. You got to go to the bench. So, with that being said, I didn't want to end this game quite yet because right after him, they ended up bringing in Geronimo Ortiz, the relief pitcher that we ended up grabbing in, I believe it was the 4th round of the draft. I think he was the first one that we went to go get. So, I wanted to go ahead and pay attention to him a little bit here. And why not go ahead and get both relievers into this game since we are already here? That goes off Keith's arm. He's able to come back, grab it. Throw goes over to first base. Not in time. So now we got 1 out. Runners at first and second. The runner at second base is still Leo's, since he allowed him to get on. But it is an error, so it won't be an earned run. If he scores, great 12-6 on the break that time. He's got a 12-6. I think it's a splitter and a 4-seamer. And that splitter was looking nasty as he gets him to swing right over the top of it. Go sit back down. Next up, we have Casey Martin, 2-2 here, 2 outs. 12-6 is too nasty. Got him swinging way over the top of that one. Thought it might have been a homie, but that one is going to be back to the dugout. And we come back up here to Morris Jones, get some more action from our top prospect. That is a base hit into the outfield with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Looking to maybe extend this lead a little bit. We're going to stay here with the bats. I know it's focusing on pitching, but Steele Walker does something amazing with the 4-seamer. Going deep, back in the right center. It'll get down and bump up against the wall, but we got too much speed coming around first base. That is an RBI double to increase the lead to 3-1, man. So that's enough hitting and excitement and action for y'all. Let's go ahead and get back to the pitching as we bring in lefty. I told you I love my lefties. Drew Dotson. Picked up in the very next round, so round number 5 of the draft. And he's going to go ahead and come in here. We had a great 1 inning of work there from Ortiz. He pitched magnificently, but now it's trying to see what Drew Dotson has to get these last 2 outs in this inning. Little grounder on a 1-pitch throw over to first. Got him. The cutter was looking good. And we didn't really get to see too much of him because I did want the closer to come in too. But as far as the pitches that we did see, I was pretty happy with the stuff. I far like he kept the stuff on the outside far away. Command was decent. You see that one gets away from him a little bit, gets over the middle of the plate, but no swing on that. 0-2. Gets him to chop this changeup over to first base. In on the hands. Great play there. And able to get out of the 8th inning very strongly. So you see Leo Franco, 6 1/3, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits. Had a very good start there. Morris Jones, another 3-hit day, 3 for 4. Jace Jung struggling 0 for 4, but hitting well over 400 to start the season out. So as far as our young guys already, I'm looking pretty impressed. You see Ortiz there, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Dotson got 2 outs. And then Luis Hidalgo is already up at 2 saves. He's also a rookie that we went and signed in the free agency pool. He has A potential, but very low overall. So I needed 3 closing pitchers. There's my 3rd one. Didn't feel like showing him off though in this game since he wasn't one of the rookies. But you see here Franco's pitches, 80 of them, 59 running 4-seamers, 13 splitters, 46 of them in the strike zone though. So we got to work on that command. And the curveball was looking magnificent too, as well, as we threw 6 of them and 80 of them in the strike zone. So you see how he's keeping everything away from the middle. Everything's on the edges, touching the edges, not being in that middle circle where all the power is. So I feel pretty good about this start and what he was able to accomplish. And I do not feel bad at all about what I feel like his progress could be. Be on the lookout for maybe a midseason call-up for him as well. Now we go up and check the major league roster here really quick. Just before we get into the scouting, you can see here we have 2 really good games. As so far, we're looking strong to start the season off. You see in this one, we advanced to 5-3 after beating the Rays. We went 10-5, 13 hits in this one. A lot of 2 hits around the order. Colton Wong led off today with a 2-hitter. Jake Rogers actually came in and supplemented 2 for 3 on the day. Scope hit 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and Casey Mize 7 innings. Although giving him 4 runs, put together a great start to get us a victory here. And I think we'll see him start to relax as the season goes. Now, a couple of days later, we beat the Rays again, this time 10-4, 11 hits this way through. You see Meadows there with the 2 for 4 day. Verling, Carpenter, and Baez each hitting home runs. And Kerry Carpenter getting 4 more RBIs. And Severino goes 5, gives up 4 with 6 strikeouts. So need to work on getting his ERA lower as well, because that is not what I paid all that money to come out and do. But we'll go ahead and simulate this game against the Padres and get to our week 2 of scouting as we win 4-1 there and go up to a 6-3 record. But let's go ahead and see what kind of information we were able to go ahead and pull off as Sean Estrada. 85% scouted, still number 2 on the board. 77-91 potential, 70-84 overall. So come in almost like Keith. Looks like he will come in with a pretty high overall at 19 years old. The contact is still looking very high and could get higher. Power's looking about average. Vision's good. Speed and fielding are going to look good. He looks like him and Keith could honestly end up running our middle infield. Like, if I were to go with Sean Estrada here, I would not be mad at all. It looks like they could possibly end up running my entire middle infield and be the future of second and shortstop. Now, of course, there's Danny Dietz. Danny Dietz. We'll call him that. Danny Dietz. My boy Dietz every week. He's number 3 on the board. As far as the overall board and our board, he's also at second base too as well. So we want to make sure we're making an informed decision on which one of those 2 is better. So looking at all the guys that we scouted, a couple guys jumped onto our board from not ranking, but a bunch of them were still not ranked. So we got to do just a little bit better of a job of finding more people that could potentially be on this team. Now you can see here, I want to focus on Danny. That 76% should get him to 100% scouted, and we'll be able to see what he's worth to me. As well as we're going to go ahead and focus on second basemen this time in the Central Division just to get a couple more percentage points. We get 10 there for that. And I want to focus on discovering still new infielders. But this time we're going to change up the region instead of international, or instead of the West, we're going to go international this time just to see how many more people we're able to get. Now this one with 95 discovery is only able to get like 4 a week. So, we'll take that for right now. Now that we're out of that, we can go ahead and just jump straight into another player lock game here with someone that we picked up in free agency. So not a real, I guess you can say, quote unquote, rookie that we drafted. This is James Conley. He had a potential, was very overlooked. At 22 years old, I feel like he at least deserved a chance. He's at a 50 overall. So we'll be able to see what kind of player he is. As you can see some of the stats here, 57 overall. He's a lefty, another one, throwing a 4-seam, sweeping curve, slurve, and 2-seamer. And his walk per 9 and home run per 9 here are the issue. He hit per 9 is at a pretty decent spot. Striker per 9 is at least better than the last. And the velocity is pretty good. But I think he has to work on his control. It's all the way down to 52. So we'll have to see if we can go ahead and get some of those things upgraded as we go through his first time tenure down at AA. Seeing if we can go ahead and get some good progression and good, I would say, upgrades for him. But, it's not really upgrade, just experience for him to go ahead and raise up some of those ratings. So we'll be jumping into player luck, his first ever start here at AA. And the first pitch he throws is already hammered deep out into left field. Going back at the wall will be gloved. And this was something I was afraid of all day. You saw that home run per 9 was pretty high. So any ball hit could have the potential to lead his yard. If not too careful as that screw curve, no control over it. Once again, we saw that was a problem with his ratings. And that one was supposed to be low and in on the knees. It was right over the plate, hanging, ready to be smacked. Now that one, we're going to get a good check swing there, though. 4-seamer way off the plate. Just try to locate it low. That's right where I need it. Maybe it's a little too much of the plate, but it will be caught and gloved. I thought that was about to be a foul ball, but Morris Jones coming in to save the day. Again, that speed out there, and right field is going to be great to go ahead and catch a lot of these foul balls that we could potentially let go. He's going to be able to go get a lot of them, and that's going to be some crucial outs to keep the inning going. Now, instead of 1 out, it's 2 outs, 2-0 count, and just cannot locate any part of the corners here, so we'll have to just lay this 4-seamer over the plate to try to get some type of strike in. 3-run here to Antuña. Gets the slurve in over the plate. Doesn't even want to off-red it. So it's a full count now. 3-2. He's basically washed his way to this point. Swings and misses through the four-seamer at 95 miles per hour. Great way to go ahead and pick up a strikeout there to keep this no runs allowed streak going. He's at 1 inning already. So hopefully he's able to go ahead and keep things moving along. 0-2 here. That's a four-seamer hit into the outfield. It will drop down in front of Morris Jones for a base hit. That'll go ahead and go into the outfield. Now we go with a leadoff runner on. This will be hit as well. Now we quickly, first two guys are on. You know that his stuff is very hittable, especially when you don't have control over the breaking pitches. It's hard to kind of throw those for strikes. Hard to get people to swing and miss because you're throwing so far off the plate. And when you finally do make the plate, it is a ball hit just like that thankfully reaches the seats. The screw curve not being very reliable here today. Maybe the slurve is a little bit different as we go back to that curve again. This one will blew right over the second baseman's head. And Morris Jones did not play that great. He comes in a little bit farther, so the center fielder has to come in and get this, and it'll be an RBI base hit. Still no outs in the inning, I mind you, as that was terribly played by Morris. He makes a lot of good plays, but that one, just bad IQ, bad experience, was not ready for it. And then right after that, we have a two-seamer ticking out into the gap. This one will drop down in front of our left fielder, getting down for an RBI base hit, and we will have to work with runners at first and second. Now a 2-0 lead for Halliburton. So what can he do here to try to get off this inning? Can he calm himself down? Well, not yet, at least, as that two-seamer will be flied out. It'll be a sac fly RBIs. The throw is going to come all the way in up the line, not even close. 1 out, but it's a 3-0 lead. And can he get out of this without any more damage? Full count here to Fox as they've gone away and got to the top of their lineup already. Back to their number 3 hitter after that walk. It is Brandy Wallen. First pitch he sees chopped on the ground. That screw curve saves him this time. That'll be one. There it is, 6-4-3 double play. And we're able to get out of 2 innings strong here with still only, the deficit being 3. Now the question is, can he hold it? He comes back in the top of the third, immediately allows a walk. And it just looks like he does not have his best stuff here today. That's a lot of base runners on base here today. Great slurve to get the strikeout finally. If we can get that stuff working, the breaking stuff, if we can work on his control, or maybe just get the break even better, he can get his strikeout stuff even higher. Now this is a fly ball deep out in the right field. Morris will go ahead and grab it, come in throwing. And just like that, we got 2 quick outs after the leadoff walk. So not as bad as last inning. Maybe he'll be able to get out of this cleaning with Marcius up next. Chops this one on the ground, and he will go ahead and take this himself. Conley over to first base. Got him. Nice easy throw. Nice easy inning. We go ahead and skip to the top of the 5th as he had a very clean 4th. But we'll see how much longer in this game he's going to be able to go. 60 pitches into it. He's already up to 64. And we'll see when he starts to become tired and what that looks like. Because even fresh, it was not looking too good for him, as that's a leadoff base runner yet again. 4 of his 5 innings have been leadoff base runners, and he has not been able to do anything with it. So 0-2 here to Brady. Coming back up for his 3rd at bat. Pops this 4-seamer up in the air. It'll go out to left field. He will go ahead and glove it and be caught up. So now with 1 out, it's a 1-2 count. Pops this 4-seamer up. See there, even when they're throwing them and not making them in play, they're still reaching a lot of contact, reaching the bats, but swings and misses through that screw curve. Great strikeout there, and he's able to go ahead and end that one off. So now we got 2 outs, still runners at first base. And we're looking to try out this inning as he does not get the call there. Screw curve looked like it hit that corner. And when somebody doesn't have a good control, you got to get those calls, otherwise it could hurt your confidence. But he'll at least make it through 5 innings there strong, man. He gets the nice fly out to go ahead and end that one up. And that would be the end of his day. 5 innings, 2 walks, 3 earned runs, only 5 strikeouts. So a lot of guys reached base under his watch. Not very much coming from the bats here today. Only 1 hit for Morris. And just 2 walks, 6 hits. That's way too many bats reaching these balls. And we got to work on his command and control here a little bit to where he's actually throwing a little bit better. As you can see here, 75 pitches, only 55 of his screw curves in the strike zone, 42 of his slurs in the strike zone, only 78% of his 4-seamers were in the strike zone. And it seemed like when they were in the strike zone, they were getting smacked up all over the yard, right down the middle of the plate. So got a lot of things that we can work on here. But he's got a full season to get better. I don't know if we'll see a AAA call-up in his future. As we go ahead and jump things straight into the next pitcher that we went ahead and drafted, that's Jason Shealy. We drafted him with our very last pick in the draft. Not very last overall, not Mr. Irrelevant, but does have solid B potential here, 51 overall. And the thing we got to watch most for him is he's not going to be getting a lot of strikeouts, and that control for him is an issue too as well. 4-seamer, curveball, slider, and sinker is the pitches that we can look to see throughout the rest of this game. And we'll see if we can end this off with a good start here, as it's his first AA start. And as we go ahead and get things kicked off, I told you, we love our lefties, man. That's what 4 of the 5 pitches we drafted were lefties. All 3 of the starters are lefties. And we'll look to see if we can get any more break with his pitches. A lot of fast kind of pitches, I guess you could say. Nothing really too slow. I mean, the curveball is at about 77 miles an hour, so something that could be considered kind of slow. But it can also touch up to 82. So all these pitches roughly around the same speeds. It's just going to be how well they break, how well he locates, on whether he's going to have a Leo start or if he's going to have a James start. And we'll see what kind of thing that we can expect from him. Now, quickly starting off with an 0-2 count here, though, to Jake Alou. Gets this 4-seamer, lines it right to the second baseman. Nice, easy out there. And we're already starting off with good graces. At least no leadoff base runners. But still not getting the calls down here in the minor leagues. 3-1 count quickly here to Fox. Fouls off that 4-seamer. Actually will be in play. Going deep back to right field. Slicing right into his glove. Jones showing off that speed yet again. And 2-2 here to Brady Wallen. As he goes ahead and gets called on the outside. Black, we love that. Shh, y'all ain't seen nothing. That was nowhere near the plate. But we still going to take the strikeouts we get when we can get them. That strikeout per 9 is at 20-something. So we're going to take them when we can get them. But we'll go ahead and start off the second inning here with nice little pop out over to first. And I think I have big plans for Jason. I think it'll take a longer period of time, maybe 4 or 5 years before he can see the show. But I think the B potential could be something that's up there too as well. Or maybe even as just a potential trade target while he's young. You know, if we don't see much promise and much use for him, we can still trade him. Teams will value the B potential. I won't try to rip off any teams. I'll get something that I think is fair because there still is the potential for him to be great. I think he has a 89 overall potential rating. I think that's what it was. So, I mean, it's as close to an A as you can get without being an A. So, I might even treat him as an A potential prospect when it comes to looking for trades if he doesn't act right with us. And what I mean by act right is he starts giving up hits like this to where now I'm starting to question what he can do. Is this one's going to get around the gap and the runner is going to score? Trying to distract y'all from them runs. When bad stuff starts happening, I try to talk a little bit more so you don't see it happening. But 2 outs, runner at second base. They get their first run of the game off that RBI double down the line. And 2-2 against Carson Taylor. We're going to have to look to get out of here, stay composed. Strikeout. We love it when they get frozen on 4-seamers, and you can see we're already 46 pitches into this game, and we have only pitched 2 innings of work. Now, a quick little pop out here will be great for pitch count. Let's hope that we can get a couple more quick outs just like that one. Here with 47 pitches, Jake Alou looking to get things going here yet again. First pitch he sees is a curveball that catches too much of the plate. That'll go deep out for Morris. Can he glove this one, though? It will be gone into the bullpen. Solo shot home run for Jake Alou, his first of the season. And that was just a curveball that caught way too much of the plate. It was supposed to be low and away. That thing was basically right down the middle. And he was able to get a hold of all of that one. Perfectly timed up, perfectly ready for it. And he was able to take that thing out over Morris's head into the bullpen. And it's a quick 2-0 lead now, as we still have not got our bats going yet. Back up to Fox, though. It's going to be how well can you dig yourself out of a hole when the confidence is low. You just gave up a home run. And you low-key getting tired at the same time. He's got low confidence and tiredness working for him. That is a great throw there by Chase John, getting that over to first base for the second out. And we're already at 50 pitches in, but make that a nice strikeout to at least get us through 3 innings of work. As we go top of the 4th, already 1 down. He's up to 60 pitches now. As we get a 4-seamer up at the top of the plate. Casey Golden looking to make something work here. 1-2. Swings right through the 4-seamer down the middle, though. Still risky, still throwing things very risky as we go with this curveball here, low and away. Catches too much of the plate yet again, and now it'll be smacked deep back into the corner. Same pitch, same result, different location right in right field, right down the baseline, or first baseline, as Shane gets his first home run of the season. Just got a curveball way too much on the plate. You cannot let those hang. And if they're doing it in the minors, I don't imagine what they're going to do when it's Joey Gallo. Shit, what am I talking about? Joey Gallo got 20 vision. He about to swing and miss. It's either going to be a 500-foot home run or a swing and miss. But let's go to get right back into the action. Stop shaming Joey Gallo. No, he's not on my Yankees no more. Jason Shealy coming back in for a 5th inning of work. Still 70 pitches deep, so I can't see him getting much more than this. We're getting the pitcher's tired notion already, so I don't even know if he'll be able to make it through 5. As the leadoff base runner gets on, he flies this one out to deep center to at least get 1 out down. And we'll see how much longer he goes. I don't think he makes it out of this inning. Now, you see we were able to at least draw up 2 runs to make it a 3-2 ball game. as he checks his swing there. They're going to say he went around, though. Nice strikeout. We need those. Long at bats are not needed right now. 0-2 here as we go and draw up another slider off the plate. He checks his swing, but calls strike 3. And that'll just about do it, man. 5 innings of work. He didn't even get the loss here. We were able to pull out, get a couple more runs, and the bullpen fell apart in the 9th. Otherwise, we would have walked away with a W. Morris Jones, 2 for 5 day there. Jace Jung, another 0 for day, down to 300 now. And we'll see he's coming back down to earth a little bit. And Shealy, 5 innings, 7 strikeouts, though. So, I mean, the low striker per 9 will get a little bit of work there. 5 hits, 3 earned. And it was just the bullpen. You see Luis Hidalgo, the closing pitcher that we signed in free agency. 3 hits, 3 earned runs. And then Zach Lowe, 2 hits, 1 earned run. So that was not good at all. As we go ahead and finish up our time, though, looking at the rookie prospects, let me know which rookie you're the most excited for. Who do you think in your prediction is going to come up to the major league first? Let me know in the comment section. But as you can see here from the major league level, we have been doing great. 8-4 this season. We've won every single series that we've been a part of. The Royals, the Rays, the Padres. And now in the Mariners, we're tied 1-1. So we got a chance to win that one. As you see, we're half game up over the White Sox here today. And we'll be looking to go into game 3 to go ahead and go 4-0 in season series so far to start the season. And it's not about winning every game, especially not in the baseball season where it's 162 of them things. It's about, can you win the season series? Can you win a majority of them or all of them? I mean, if you win every single season series, you're probably walking away with, honestly, maybe even the league lead in wins, or at least a 100-win season. Or I'd say at least a 90-win season. If you're able to win every series now, because I'm not sure how many series there are, but if you win every series and tie the 2-game series, I feel like that should at least get you a 90-win season and get you into the postseason, especially now with 3 wild card teams. So if we can keep this up, at least keep it up and enjoy the season, we might be looking at playoff status. Now, that's just an early prediction, bold prediction, as we go up against George Kirby here. 2 starts. He has a 4.91 ERA. And we'll look to go ahead and try to tee off against that today with our lineup as Matt Verling leading us off. Not the same leadoff hitter we've seen in the past. You can see they're giving us a 51 or 49% chance to win today. They're giving it to the Mariners off rip, not even starting out 50-50. The 3-8 last place Mariners have the better chance to beat us in today's game. I think we're going to take that personally and look to get something started here. As you can see, a 3-1 count here to Verling. Red light on all the ways. That cutter gets called for a strike on the inside hands. 3-2. Can he go ahead and get something to hit here? Ooh. Fouls off that 4-seamer. High upstairs, about chest level. Puts it into the seats. We'll run it back full count, and it's a walk. This time he throws it eye level, so that way he doesn't even have to think about it. And we go right back to Akil Baddoo hitting 250 start off the season. He'll lay down a little bunt here as it goes right over to first base for the tag out. But we were able to go and get the runner up to second. I think I did a steal there too as well. I was trying to get him to third if it was slow enough. But we'll take the runner at second here as Jonathan Scope will come up. Fly this one out to shallow center. So that's not going to be deep enough at all to move up. Great throw to get it right on the line. And it'll be up to CJ Cron now. 275 this season. And we'll see if he can be clutch. If not, maybe Austin Meadows, 390, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs hitting right behind him. You got something to be afraid of. So full count. I think they'll lay something over the plate. They do. It's a 4-seamer that gets drilled out into the outfield right in front of the right fielder. He'll just come in and easily throw that in. Not even going to give himself a chance to throw the runner out at the plate, as that'll be an easy RBI base hit. Austin Meadows will be up next. Now we have a 63% chance to win. So I love it. 2 outs here. And we get a cutter upstairs. This will go deep out to center field, ranging back, and he will grab it before the track. As we will go ahead and take at least a 1-run lead thanks to CJ Cron. And hand things over to Spencer Turnbull, who has also been cold for us to start the season. 2 starts, a 5.25 ERA. Whip is very low at a 1.25, so not giving a whole lot of hits or walks compared to the innings pitched. But they are at least making do of everything that they get for them. So he will be facing off against these Mariners, though they're a pretty cold lineup. You see leadoff hitter 208 here, and Dylan Moore, as we get a nice little take there on the first pitch, swing and miss on the 4-seamer. That takes this one out into the seats. And I want to see more from Spencer Turnbull. He's my number 3 in the rotation right now. I want to see him be more consistent. Last year, I think we saw him really turning around in the second half of the season. Started out with his ERA around the 4.5 range and finished it up around 3. So he finished good, didn't start strong. And we'll look to see if he can turn it around this season. This will be flied out to Green, who will glove that in. So it'll be Julio Rodriguez up next. He's batting 308 this season. We'll look to try to quiet that down a little bit as Baez will go over, grab this, and fling it to first for the easy play. And this game, there was a lot to be desired. As we go ahead and go top of the second, 1 out. Eric Haas back up again. Flies this one out to the outfield for a base hit. We've had to drop him in the order, obviously, with the addition of CJ Cron. His power was no longer needed at the 4th spot, but he's been making waves at the 7 and giving Riley Green something good to do while he's at the 8th spot. That'll be a base hit that'll move him all the way over to 3rd base. Now we've got runners at the corners with 1 out and the chance to extend this lead. As it'll be Colton Wong, newly acquired free agent, batting 200 this season with a great chance to go ahead and get an early RBI. Watches that curveball to even up the count at 2-2 and then swings at the next one, same in the dirt. And it'll be a strikeout. We'll have to go back to the top of the lineup. Matt Verling drew a walk in his first at bat, this time swinging on 0-2, pops this one right over to first base, not able to make any waves in the 2nd inning. But we will stay with the offense here as we go to the 3rd and go right back to Akil Baddoo, who also just sacrificed himself with a bunt last time, so average still at about 250. First pitch he sees is a curveball off the kneecaps. A little painful, maybe trying to lower that speed a little bit, but we're not afraid of that at all. 82 speed, we're still going to take off. Take that first pitch and slide in safely as he get able to get in there. And I mean 2nd pitch, by the way, as it is 2-0 now to Jonathan Schoop. Runner at 2nd base, gets a curveball to hit there that time. Laid in right over the plate. This will go deep back into left field, and it is gone. Leap at the wall, and we're able to take that one out just barely 370 feet for home run number 6 on the season. That is a team lead, by the way, by a good margin for Jonathan. Hitting in the 3 spot. Feel like maybe he might have been robbed of his all-star voting last year. They gave it to Akil Baddoo. This time he says, I want to participate in it and maybe even participate in the home run derby. That's 6 home runs already through only the first 2 weeks of the season. And we'll go top of the 4th, 1 out, still up 3-0. And Riley Green, who got a hit in his first at bat, will go ahead and go for another base hit. They're going to call that fair as that one got down on the line. It'll be a base hit. He didn't even move up, but we got to go check this replay. We don't really look at replays too often, but this one was right down the line. I got to show you guys exactly how close this was. As you see, they zoom out, zoom right back in on that line, and it just barely, even at that angle, looks like it's on the other side of the line. So they zoom in a little bit, and look, by 2 centimeters, that thing hits on the left side of that white line, and it is a fair ball. So Colton Wong is up next, 3-0 count, and he will just work his way over to first base on 4 straight pitches. As now we've got a great chance to extend our lead and make something happen here. Matt Verling, top of the lineup, trying to do something here as he fouls off the first pitch from George Kirby. 61 pitches through his day, through only 3 1/3. Maybe starting to get tired as he's able to at least knock this down. Throw a go over to second base for 1. Not able to get the runner at first. Colton Wong maybe try to take him out and slow him down. But because of that, he actually ends up getting hurt. Suffers an injury, tightness in his forearm muscle, even though he slid leg first. So it's not a serious injury, but they want to go ahead and take him out for the game. So we will have to bring in another second baseman. So it's between Cesar Hernandez and Nick Madden. Madden's batting .294, has better defense. So I decided to go with him over Cesar Hernandez, at least in this point in time, and just let Nick Madden go ahead and finish things out for the rest of the game. So he will be playing second base and batting in that 9 spot to finish things out. But Akil Baddoo will come up. Still has not had an official at bat yet. And has runners at the corners with 2 outs. A great chance to go ahead and get a couple early RBIs. First pitch he sees is a 4-seamer that he takes out into left field into the seats. And over his last 7 games, you see he scored 5 times. So he's getting on base a lot, coming around with the guys behind him. And that'll be an RBI base hit to get him back on the base paths. We are up 4-0 now. And George Kirby is looking very, very bad right now. And they're going to leave him out there just in case, even though he gave up a 2-run home run already to Jonathan. And he lines this one into the outfield. That'll get down for a base hit. And that's a lot of speed on first and second. So we're going to go ahead and send the runners and advance them up. It'll be corners with 2 outs and a 5-0 lead. Jonathan Schoop showing that he is team MVP so far. And they go ahead and go to the bullpen. Marco Gonzalez, 6.43 ERA. Terrible batting averages for righties and lefties. I don't know if this is the person that you want to bring in right now when we're looking like we might be on fire, especially with our power hitter about to come up in CJ Cron. Second pitch he sees in the AB is a 4-seamer. Just late on it, so that means just underneath it as it goes right out to the right fielder's glove. Caught, and that'll end the 4th. We go check back in on Spencer Turnbull. He's had a pretty good game so far, pretty quiet, but that'll be a leadoff base hit. 40 pitches through to this point, 5 innings of work. Or should I say 4 innings of work going into his 5th. And we're looking to see if he can keep this game quiet with a 5-run lead. But this will be a ball he gets down the line, not even as close as the last one. This is clearly fair. Baddoo's going to get it in and get it in quickly to hold that runner at third. So we will have second and third as that ball gets away. No one will advance, thankfully, because Turnbull is there to back it up. Because that was a bad throw by Jonathan. I don't know what he's doing. But now we got runners at second and third. This will be grounded over to Baez. We'll concede the run for the out. Not even going to try to make the play at the plate there, but we are able to at least get one. So runner at second, Jacob Stallings up next, and he will swing through that slider for an easy strikeout. Spencer Turnbull might be able to get out of this with only one earned run. His third strikeout of the game in 1-2. Right up to Drew next, who flies this one out to Matt, who will come underneath, glove it shallowly, and we'll get through 5 innings of work. We'll go ahead and stay with him here, though. Bottom of the 6th, still looking strong. 71 pitches through. We'll see how long he can hold out as this is popped up. CJ Cron will go ahead and come in for it. No infield fly, but it will be just as easy. 2-1 here to Dylan Moore as they go through the top of the order for the 3rd time today. We'll go ahead and get this one over to Metten. Throws over to first base. Nice, easy out. And with 2 outs, we're looking for another clean inning here from Spencer Turnbull. J.P. Crawford, 0 for 2 on the day. Will take the first pitch he sees right into the gap, splitting the defenders and bouncing up against the wall. That'll be an easy double. Will he stretch it for 3? No, he will not, as he's just going to stay at second base. Now give Julio Rodriguez a chance for an RBI, though. Hitting great with runners in scoring position. I believe it said it was a 556 average with runners in scoring position. And a 2-0 count. That's very easy to keep that thing going up near 600, as that is an RBI base hit. As he's actually going to try to leg it into second base, but we're going to throw into second easily and get him. That one I had a sense that as soon as I saw 98 speed, I thought he might try for it, so I threw it immediately to second base. Didn't even think about my cutoff as soon as I saw that speed. So we'll go bottom of the 7th. If he can just give me one more inning of work, close this thing out, I think we'll be straight. I got my bullpen up and working, though, just in case. We are still up 5-2. And a long at bat at this stage is not exactly what you want to see, as that's fouled off by Suarez. 83 pitches into it. 1-2 count. Swings and misses through the slider. Great pitch. Good inning of work there. And this will be Jason Vossler. Up next, 0-2. He'll watch that 4-seamer go low. Not going to even offer at it. We'll come back 1-2. Maybe change the eye level here with the upstairs one. Swings and misses through the 4-seamer. Probably swung underneath it, as we're able to get 2 back-to-back strikeouts. And can we just get one more out here? 90 pitches through the day. This is the last thing that I need you to do, is go ahead and close this out. Do not let Jacob Stallings come up to bat again. Jacob Milton, 0 for 2 on the day. Can he go 0 for 3? Yes, he was. This is flight out to Riley Green, who will go ahead and get underneath it and glove it, as we're able to go ahead and move on past the 7th. And we'll bring in Yamisi Garcia, our setup man. 4 games this season, 4 innings of work, 5 strikeouts, and has looked very good in his limited time so far. And we'll look to see if he can go and set up yet another close save-out situation, as that slider is looking too nasty. I think that was the slider and the slur, so I got to make sure I'm calling the right ones. But that 4-seamer is going to get let by. No call on the corner for that either. Full count gets him to swing at the 3rd straight 4-seamer, though. That is a nice strikeout there on Stallings. Drew Gilbert up next. Watches and gets froze by the 4-seamer. Hopefully that unthaws you as you walk back to the dugout. And then Joey Weimer, 0 for 2 on the day, grounds this up the middle for a base hit. This will set up the top of their lineup with a chance to maybe make something work. You were going to go to the bottom of the 9th with 1-2-3, but now you got a chance to maybe get a rally going here with 2 outs, full count. Dylan Moore is able to foul that one off. He's 0 for 3 on the day, looking to maybe get his first hit on the board, and watches that slider as he's able to go and take it to first base. So now we got runners at first and second. J.P. Crawford up with a great chance to get an RBI. Bloops this one right over to Men, who will have time to glove it for a nice pop out. And we will go to the 9th inning still with a 3-run lead, and we'll at least have the opportunity to maybe increase it here. You see 2 outs. This will be a chopper going right back up the middle. Nice dive, but not too close to it, as Akil Badu gets that base hit into the outfield. As you see, they got Diego Castillo into the game now, and a chance to get some more runs here as we go and steal second base, and we're able to go ahead and get to it. As Jonathan Scope will have a 2-2 count, runner in scoring position. Maybe he can get us another 2-run home run here, as we have 2 outs, and this will be popped up to first base. Not much you can do about that, so we'll go bottom 9 with a lead. And that means we're able to go in and get our man Alex Lange in here, man. 4 games of work, 4 saves, 4 opportunities, 4 innings, 4 strikeouts. The 4 is a running rod, and he's batting .250 against lefties, but the righties haven't been able to touch him. So let's go ahead and see if we can keep that still moving, as the first person he faces is Julio Rodriguez. 1-2 count here, and he checks his swing on a knuckle curve, but they're going to say he went around. That is 1 out already. Then we got Suarez, 3-1 count here, trying to battle back. Forces that 4-seamer to go out of bounds, or out of bounds. I'm talking about going in the NBA. Foul territory, but does watch the sinker go, and he's able to get on first base. So Jason Vossler will at least have a base runner on here and ground this one over. Scope is not able to go ahead and pick that one up. That dive attempt, if you ask me, in my opinion, was kind of weak. Hope he ain't trying to sell this game. But now the time run will be at the plate, and Jacob Melton, he's got an 0-2 count here though, and he will pop this one in the shallow left field. Badu will come in and grab this one for the out, and just like that, they will be down to not only their final out, but actually their final strike here is Jacob Stallings. 1-2 count, 0-for-3 on the day, trying to make it 0-for-4, but he evens it up. We'll come right back, maybe a four-seamer in the same location, 2-2. That is way off the plate, not where I wanted it at all. So we'll have to come back with a maybe sinker. Grounds this one right over to Madden, who will glove it. Throw will go over to first base, and we're not worried about 2-speed. As your Detroit Tigers going to get win number 9 on the season, win their 4th, I think it is, series of the season. As we go and take down Seattle, Jonathan Scope, player of the game, 2 for 5, a home run, 3 RBIs. Turnbull with the win. 7 strong innings of work here, as you can see. Badu also had 2 hits. Green with 2 hits. We're really able to turn those hits, 9 of them, into some runs here. Great run scoring opportunities to Scope. Team leading, 16 RBIs with those 3. And Turnbull, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 5 hits. Yamisi's 5th hold and Lange's 5th save of the season. At least lowering that ERA a little bit down to 4.26. As we go ahead and make things happen in this one, man. Badu, great game. Scope, great game. Green, great game. Maybe he needs to be moved up into the leadoff batter role. I'll look into that maybe for the next game. If Matt Verling's not able to turn it around, we'll look into that. As Colton Wong goes ahead and gets injured for the next couple games. He'll be back in time for the Washington series, though. As you can see, I go ahead and simulate forward. He will be back, so we'll be able to change that lineup around. And we'll go ahead and get into more games in the season. You know, we're going to slow this down. As you can see, we're in a position of winning right now. So while we're winning, we're going to enjoy as many full games and as many episodes as we can. Player locks to get through a couple of games and simulating a couple series. But right now, we're a 1-game lead over the White Sox, and I hope you guys are enjoying that. Let me know how you guys are enjoying the series and you guys are loving it, as we're looking good to start off this early season, way better than we did last year. And let me know what you guys' favorite part of the series has been, as well as let me know which of the rookies, remember, which rookie do you feel like will come up to the Major League roster first? Put your guesses down below, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of here for the day, man. It's me, your boy SGG, aka SmooveGotGame, aka GM Smooth, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I don't know, we probably won't make it through the end of April, but we'll go through a couple more weeks of scouting, hopefully get a couple more player locks and maybe full games in. So hope you guys are ready for all that. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gone. Peace.